Hello, this is Vaishali and I'm reading from the book Spirit of Homeopathy, book written by Dr. Rajan Sankaran, section 4, Materia Medica, and chapter number 40, Discovering the Situational Materia Medica of the Remedy, part 2. The situational materia medica of the remedy will be a similar situations, only much more severe. Have we not felt unappreciated in our life? In which situation did we feel like something, oh, why do they not appreciate me? In this situation, we were dependent on somebody and they were giving importance to somebody else. They were neglecting us and telling us that this was not so. There must have been such a situation in our own life. So, most of these situations are common in some way or other. We must have experienced all of them. The delusion itself, as we have said in the chapter on the delusion, is a symbolic presentation of our own feeling. So there is hardly any delusion which we have not experienced. We have experienced all the feelings which are symbolized. One of my colleague whom I know well told me, Rajan, I want to give up all my homeopathic activity. Now I just want to retire and not do anything. You had better take charge of all these things, and I am doing now. Whatever I am doing now. I want to give up. I am feeling completely finished. I am totally exhausted. How did this happen? We traced out that he had done a lot of mental work and had overexerted intellectual and landed up in this state. I gave him the picric acidum, which that he by with this medicine that he covered beautifully. At this time, student was with me and we started studying a picric acid. What are the symptoms in picric acid? We find mainly difficult concentration, confusion of mind and mental exertion, dullness, unable to think big, or unable to think long, aggravation from the mental exertion, indifference, indolence, weak memory, prostration of the mind, inclination to sit down, lack the power to undertake anything. Mental work is impossible. This is more or less the mental picture of the picric acid. Now, there are two delusions which belongs only to picric acidum, which is delusion arms reach the clouds when going to sleep. Delusion tongue seems to reach the cloud when going to sleep. What is the meaning of this? At that time, in some other context, I was mentioning the poetry of Rabindranath Tagore, and where is one of the stanza he described how he wants his nation to be. He say, where tirelessly striving stretch its arm toward perfection. The student got a hint from this stanza. And what is the tongue and what is the hand? Then she read in the original Materia Medica proving that forehead seems to extend toward the clouds. So what is tongue, what is hand and what is forehead? The forehead is for thinking, the hand is for writing and tongue is for speaking. These are the three organs of intellectual ability and they feel stretched to the limit. They seems to extend right up to the clouds. That is what the prover in the German is trying to convey. I feel that my intellectual capacity and the organ used to express it are stretched beyond the limit. So the now I need to rest and bring them back to health. This is the idea. This is a situation of picric acidum, where a man has extended beyond his limit, has used his organ beyond their limit so that they are stretched beyond the cloud, and now he needs to shut up, cut off and take rest. To help him to do this, he gets increased sexual thoughts, and which is the opposite to the intellect. This is how we slowly figure out some of the meaning of the delusion and started to understand delusion as nothing but an expression of the patient in a symbolic and exaggerated way. The remedy Pipericum methisticum once interested me. I have never prescribed it for anyone, but when I studied it, I found that it could be useful for a large number of people. The symptoms of Piper methisticum are amusement desire for, which is shared with the lycosis alone. We used to prescribe for lycosis only. Second symptom is cheerful, gay, happy. Dullness, sluggishness. Ennui, entertainment, ameliorate. Excitement, ameliorate. Exaltation of fancy. Fear of suffering. Hurry while eating. Indolence after sleep. Industrious. Irritability from noise. Active memory. Mirth in evening. Occupation, ameliorate. Talk indisposed to. Thinking of complaint, aggravates. These are the only symptoms except mirth after emission. Mentioned in the Kant's repertory, which is a single symptom. Now, what do we see? We see two things: desire for amusement, entertainment, and excitement, and thinking of complaint, aggravate. That means it is the situation in which he should not think about his complaint. Example, his grievance, he should not think about his complaint because they are too painful and nothing can be done about them. Therefore, he avoid thinking of them and he keep busy the whole day. Industrious, occupational, ameliorate. These are the rubric. In the evening, he get bored and seeks entertainment and excitement. There is a sense of boredom associated with the suffering. So, rubrics are fear of suffering, thinking of complaint aggravates. Then there is a pain problem that cannot be solved. There is a pain problem cannot be solved, either health, financial, emotional, or spiritual problem, and it is better not to think about them, but escape through entertainment and amusement, or remain occupied and industrious. Work in the day and in the evening without a single minute wasted. Jump into some form of entertainment until sleep. Means mirth in the evening. So we can understand that there is a desire for amusement in the evening, industrious in the day, mirth in the evening, occupation in the day. So he can work a lot without fatigue and quite lively and cheerful. But inside is the fear of pain, fear of suffering, and out of this fear, he keeps seeking occupation or entertainment. And probably he does not want to talk. There are vivid fancies, dreams which are vivid and adventurous, which is exactly the opposite to the boring routine of his life, with no relief and no possibility of easing it. Take a man who is financially poor. He has nothing good in life. He works hard the whole day and needs television and some entertainment at night, some radio, some dance, some music. That's all. That does not want to think about anything else. In the West, however, there is emotional and spiritual poverty, not material, but again it is the same thing. In the East, it is a material poverty, so all the people rush to the movie. Movies are the most popular thing in India. Why? People want to avoid the pain and suffering that would be caused if they thought about their own situation. And some thought about their own situations. And sorry, I again repeat the same. People want to avoid the pain and suffering that would be caused if they thought about their own situation. At some stage, every human is in the state, and we may get the impression that half the human race is in it. But we should be careful not to overuse it. It should be prescribed only when we find such a state to be very intense, or to exist in a person who is not in a situation at all. Whole life is neither painful nor unexcited, but who behave as if it is painful and unexcited. Whether the problem is mental or physical, when a person feels and need to avoid thinking about the pain and keep his mind off it for fear of feeling it is suffering from it, then we find the occasion of pypericum mysticum, mythisticum, sorry.